Here are the top 10 college football games of week 0. There's not many games played this weekend, so I had to do some digging to find some good ones. We got Dodge City Community College at Tyler Junior College, a big-time JUCO matchup. Dodge City won 8 games last season, and Tyler coming off a semifinals appearance in the Southwest Junior College League. So definitely a matchup that's big at the JUCO ranks. At number 9, we'll take things to the FCS, where we got a neutral site matchup in Georgia between Southern, a team that lost in the SWAC title game last year, versus NC Central, which is a team that won 8 games. So a high-quality matchup at the FCS ranks. Incarnate Word is the number 4 team in the country in the FCS, and they travel on the road to play Nicholls State in a game that could be a trap game if the Cardinals aren't careful. Up next is a matchup we initially weren't getting in week 0, but it got bumped up due to some scheduling stuff, so we get to see Dan Mullen's UNLV squad a week earlier. That's a pleasant surprise. Don't sleep on Idaho State, though. They're projected to get blown out, but they're a program that is on the rise. We've got another top 10 FCS team with number 8 Charlton State headed on the road to play Portland State. Do not sleep on those lower tier Big Sky teams that don't look great on paper. Portland State could give them a run for their money here. The best FCS matchup of the weekend, though, has to be UC Davis versus Mercer. This one's also at a neutral site in Alabama, and both teams preseason top 11. Mercer's number 11, UC Davis number 7. Both teams won playoff games last season and had runs, so this one a high-quality, big-time matchup. At number 4 is where we get to the first FBS on FBS action of week 0. We got Sam Houston and Western Kentucky, 2 teams that were contenders in the CUSA last year, but both have so much new. Both are breaking in 2 new coordinators on offense and defense. There are over 70 incoming transfer players between these 2 teams, so really anything could happen. Perhaps the most under-the-radar Week 0 game is Fresno State at Kansas. Kansas is breaking in a new stadium, and also Fresno State is a program. Despite a couple of down years, they've had a knack for knocking off power conference competition, so the Jayhawks have to be careful. It's a tradition unlike any other, watching Hawaii football in week 0, and this year, they've got a pretty good matchup. They're hosting a Stanford team that had a tumultuous offseason, still a proud football program, and Hawaii's favored by a couple points here. They've got a really exciting quarterback in Micah Alahado. This one could get really interesting because Stanford is starting Ben Branson. They have an interim head coach in Frank Reich. There's a lot of weirdness and a lot that could go wrong for them, so an opportunity for Hawaii to start the season 1-0. But the clear number 1 is Iowa State versus Kansas State in Dublin, a big-time matchup for a number of reasons. It's a rivalry game in the renewal of Farmageddon. It is a top 25 matchup between 2 teams in the preseason top 25, and it's a game with huge Big 12 title game implications and therefore playoff implications. So the fact that we're getting this one in week 0 is a real treat. I wish it could be played at Iowa State or at Kansas State, but we're getting it in Dublin, so whatever. Still not the end of the world, not the worst thing ever. Super excited for this matchup.